Welcome, everyone. I'm Kimberly Boschman, and this is the Intentionally Intuitive podcast. In this episode, we're going to take a look at each life path number, the forecast for June 2024. So June is coming in hot, and for us in the Northern Hemisphere, we are stepping into the summer months. For those of you in the Southern Hemisphere, I know things are a lot colder. But it is interesting because as we enter into summer here in the Northern Hemisphere, I just found out that I have an allergy to grass. So it's making things interesting as people cut their yards. So curious if anybody out there has a similar allergy and how do you manage it during the spring, summer, and fall? Especially if you're an outdoorsy type of person like I am. So anywho, let's get into the forecast. But before we do that, this of course is a general forecast. If you're interested in your own personal numerology to find out more about the energies that you came here to work with in this lifetime, your current forecast, upcoming forecast, any of the good stuff, then book some time with me. I would love to work with you and take a look. All right, let's get into the June 2024 forecast. Life path number 7. So you all are going to be working with the energy of the 3 for June, as well as Raven spirits. So Raven is your animal wisdom message for June, and I kind of love the way these two correlate. So the energy of the 3 and the energy of the Raven. You know, anytime we move through a 3 cycle, it can be a very social period. So we can see our social calendar ramping up. We can see communication coming through from places we haven't heard from in ages. Maybe we've sent something, maybe we've, sent something, some kind of proposal to someone, haven't heard back. This is a great month to hear back. The lines of communication could absolutely open up for you at this time. Anywhere that there may have been some miscommunication, you can see those lines opening up and kind of an opportunity to come together to, work out anything that, any misunderstandings that may have occurred. This is also, or can be, a highly creative period, an opportunity for really taking your big ideas and your inspirations and turning them into something physical. Doesn't have to be for some kind of monetary reward, doesn't have to be for recognition. It can simply just be for the art and the act of creating. And, I do love with Raven energy because, ravens are such smart birds. The crow and the raven are such smart birds, and they're really misunderstood, and they're really sort of taken for granted for how brilliant they are. And so there's definitely an element here with the 3 energy of there could be some areas where maybe you've been misunderstood, and maybe that's made you kind of shy away from really showcasing who you are, really stepping out and expressing yourself in a way that is true and authentic for you. And you could see that kind of come into the forefront this month where you really just don't care anymore. You're just like, you know what? I'm here to shine. I'm going to shine. And the people that, appreciate my light are going to be drawn to it. The people who don't, won't, and that's okay. Anytime we have 3 energy, there's definitely something here about being as authentic and unique as possible, like really showcasing what makes you you and not minimizing who you are, not, hiding in the shadows, not, silencing yourself because you might be misunderstood, but really expressing yourself to the fullest that makes you feel good and coming back to not so much about, how are other people going to take this or how am I going to be am I going to be seen and heard and appreciated, but more about like, how do I feel about the messaging I'm putting out there? How do I feel about my creative expression? Does it feel true for me? Does it feel authentic? Because as long as it does, it doesn't matter how other people perceive it or take it. So there's definitely something here about not worrying so much about being misunderstood, because there's always going to be people who misunderstand us. There's always going to be people who fail to see our light for whatever reason. And this month really for you all, 7s, is about coming out from the shadows, coming out from your hiding place, and really just being you and shining and sharing your creativity and sharing your voice and sharing your messaging or whatever, and being social and collaborating and networking and letting people see and experience you for who you are. And I love this because that's the thing with Raven. It's like they're so misunderstood. They're just seen as, a bird. But really it's like they're so intelligent. It's beautiful. It's really kind of also with Raven coming through because there is kind of like this magical, like alchemical kind of energy with Raven. So there's definitely something here. I guess I would equate it to like the magician in tarot, which also correlates beautifully with the 3, right? So there is something here about manifestation and creation and creating what it is that you want to see in the world. My belief with manifestation is nothing really truly manifests without our effort, without us showing up. Like we have to show up for it and we have to put in the effort and we have to basically create it. So anything that manifests, like we had, we played a role in that process. So there is definitely some things that you may want to manifest this month, create this month. And I would say the more authentic, the more sort of rewarding the experience will be for you. The more that you're like, minimize who you are, dim your shine, that sort of thing to accommodate others and their expectation, or the more that you minimize who you are to make other people feel comfortable, the less fulfilling the experience is going to be for you. And ultimately, that's what matters is how do you feel about it? How does how you express yourself make you feel? That's all that matters, right? The people who are aligned with it will find you. The people who aren't don't matter in this situation. So yeah, I say 7s, this is your time to shine. Get out there and shine. Don't let things that have happened in the past deter you from, getting out there and shining that light, because the things in the past, they will work themselves out, but they're not meant to dominate the present or the future. So yeah, this is just such a beautiful time to express yourself, be creative, network. I definitely say, sometimes with 7s, there can be that need for solitude or that need for sort of, going into hermit mode a little bit, and that's fine. And definitely take the time that you need for that. But as long as you're not hiding yourself away, as long as you're not keeping yourself from the world, because the world needs you. So express yourself, be creative, be social, enjoy this month. I think, anytime we move through a 3 cycle, it can be a lot of fun. It can be, connect us back with our inner child and really allow us to tap into that deeper sense of imagination and just enjoying the world and enjoying the experience of this life. So love this energy for you all 7s. I hope it's a beautiful, fun, social, collaborative, joyful month. And I hope that you really just step out into the world and shine like the light that you are. So have a great one, 7s. Take care. Bye for now.